This is Hannah. Once a city girl, she now kneels on a woven mat, her head bowed under the flickering torchlight. Tribal women encircle her, their chants low and steady, like the heartbeat of the jungle. The elder healer steps forward, her blade glinting in the firelight, cutting away Hannah's long black hair, strand by strand. How did she end up here, so far from the world she once knew? Let me tell you her story. Months earlier, at 28, Hannah thrived in the bustling heart of the city, working as a key member of a television production team known for their gripping nature documentaries. Ever since she could remember, her only dream was to explore the mysterious secrets hidden in nature. So, she joined a TV production team to fulfill that dream. Hannah, with her innocent round face and short black hair, carried a passion for her work that burned brighter than the city lights. Her partner, Liam, a charming cameraman on the same TV channel. They lived together, their relationship blending seamlessly into their professional lives. Their mutual friend, Michelle, Hannah's best friend since college, also worked in the same place, forming a trio that seemed inseparable. One day, Hannah's team received a prestigious assignment to explore a vast, uncharted dark forest deep in the country, untouched by modern civilization and shrouded in tales of mystery. Hannah couldn't wait to share the news with Liam. She came home early that evening, her key clicking in the lock as she stepped inside. "Liam, I'm home," she called out, her voice echoing in the empty living room. The sound of laughter floated down the hallway. Curious, she followed it to the bedroom, the door slightly ajar. She pushed it open, her heart stopping at the sight before her. Liam was in bed, his bare back to her, tangled with another woman, Michelle, her best friend. They were laughing, their faces close, utterly oblivious to her presence. Hannah's breath caught in her throat. Seriously, she managed to choke out. The laughter died instantly. Liam and Michelle turned, their expressions shifting from shock to guilt. Liam scrambled to grab a sheet while Michelle stammered, "Hannah, it's not what it looks like." "Not what it looks like?" Hannah's voice broke. "I gave you everything, and this is how you repay me? Both of you?" Liam had the audacity to speak calmly, as if reasoning with her. "Hannah, I thought..." "You thought I was a fool," she snapped, her voice rising. "So, you decided to just move on with her? My best friend..." "Leave my place," she shouted. Both Liam and Michelle left quickly. Tears blurred her vision as she turned and fled, leaving their frantic excuses behind. Inside her room, she collapsed onto the bed, shaking with grief and rage. Her phone buzzed with messages from her friends, but she ignored them all. Days turned into a blur. Hannah barely ate, barely slept. The city she once loved now felt suffocating, its every corner a reminder of her broken life. But finally she made up her mind. The life she had built with Liam was gone. But there was one thing that gave her strength, the new project. This time, she would give it her all. If it succeeded, she would be promoted. 2 weeks later, Hannah started her journey to the jungle with her team. As they ventured deeper into the jungle, the towering ancient trees seemed alive, their gnarled branches creating a canopy so thick it suffocated the sunlight. Hannah, as always, was captivated, her camera clicking relentlessly to capture the surreal beauty around her. But the jungle was as unforgiving as it was mesmerizing. On the third day, a fierce storm descended without warning. Rain poured in torrents, turning the ground into a treacherous quagmire. Hannah, determined to capture a panoramic shot, climbed a slippery rock, her boots struggling for grip. "Be careful, Hannah," someone shouted over the storm. But the rock betrayed her. Her foot slipped, and she tumbled violently down a steep slope. Her screams were swallowed by the roaring wind as her body disappeared into the abyss below. Hannah awoke in a dimly lit hut, her leg twisted unnaturally. The scent of herbs filled the air. A tall man, Tariq, knelt beside her, applying a paste of crushed leaves to her wounds. "Where am I?" she asked weakly. "You're safe," Tariq replied. "I found you in the jungle and brought you here. Your leg is broken. You'll need time to recover." Grateful for his kindness, Hannah began her long recovery with the tribe. Tariq, the tribe's prince, stayed by her side, teaching her their ways. During her stay, Hannah noticed that many children in the tribe often fell ill. She soon learned that most tribal people, except the royals, didn't follow proper hygiene practices. These good practices were restricted to the royals. Ordinary people didn't know them. Hannah tried to teach them simple hygiene habits, boiling water before drinking, washing hands before eating and after using the toilet, bathing regularly, cleaning their clothes properly, and washing cooking utensils thoroughly. At first, people laughed at her. Tribal elders spoke against her. "This is our tradition. You can't change us," they declared. But Tariq supported her. Still, the royal family avoided her, viewing her as an outsider. Among the royals was Princess Moana. She was the daughter of the king's sister and Tariq's fiancée, promised to him since childhood. Princess Moana was strikingly beautiful, with an air of authority. She was not pleased about the close relationship between Hannah and Tariq. However, Moana feigned kindness, even publicly supporting Hannah's efforts to improve the tribe's hygiene. But behind the scenes, she began to manipulate the tribe's elders and spread rumors. "She's changing our traditions," her supporters whispered. "She wants to destroy us." Despite the whispers, villagers who had seen their children grow healthier defended Hannah. Meanwhile, Tariq and Hannah grew closer. She told him stories about the outside world, and their bond deepened. Moana, who always doubted their relationship, secretly sent her servants to follow Hannah and Tariq. One day in the jungle, Tariq confessed his love for Hannah, and though Hannah was hesitant at first, she eventually accepted his feelings. Then, Tariq kissed Hannah. Unbeknownst to them, one of Moana's servants, who had been secretly following them, saw the kiss. She quickly informed Moana of what she had seen. Furious, Moana went to her father and the tribal council, demanding that Hannah be expelled. Soon after, the tribal council summoned Hannah. They declared that, now fully recovered, she must leave the village. Tribal customs did not allow an outsider to stay longer than necessary. Heartbroken, Hannah packed her few belongings. Tariq came to her before she left. "Are you going to leave me like this?" he asked, his voice filled with pain. "What choice do I have, Tariq?" Hannah cried. "You're the prince. I can't ask you to abandon your people for me." Tariq refused to let her go without a fight. He went to the king and the tribal elders. "Father," he said firmly, "I'm in love with Hannah. I want to marry her. Please allow her to stay with us." The room fell silent. The elders and the king looked at him with shock. "You're the prince," one elder said, his tone sharp. "You can't marry an outsider. And don't forget your promise to Princess Moana. That has been decided since your birth." "I never loved Moana," Tariq said. "She's like a sister to me. My heart belongs to Hannah. If she leaves, I'll go with her." The king's voice rose in anger. "How can you do this, Tariq? Will you abandon your family and your peoples?" Hannah, who had been waiting outside, overheard the heated discussion. She rushed into the room and knelt before the king. "Please," she begged, tears streaming down her face. "Let me stay. I love Tariq more than anything. I'll do whatever it takes to prove myself." The king softened, seeing the sincerity in her eyes. He discussed the matter with the tribal council. Tariq was the only son of the royal family, and if he left, the lineage would end. Finally, they reached a compromise. "You may stay," the king said, "but only under one condition. You must undergo our sacred rituals and become one of us. You must forget your past and be reborn with our tribe's identity." Hannah agreed without hesitation. "I'll do it," she said firmly. "No, Hannah," Tariq protested. "You don't have to. I'll do this for us," she insisted, her determination unwavering. The rituals began. Tribal women shaved Hannah's head, symbolizing her rebirth, and dressed her in traditional tribal attire. She was given a new name, Kalama. After completing the ceremonies, she married Tariq in a grand celebration. The tribe accepted her as one of their own. But Moana was not happy. She was humiliated and seethed with jealousy. On their wedding night, Moana had one final scheme. She poisoned Kalama's drink with a slow-acting toxin that required a rare jungle plant to cure. Moana was certain her plan would succeed. Days after the wedding, Kalama fell gravely ill. Her fever burned, and her strength waned. The tribe's healers were at a loss. Tariq, desperate to save her, ventured deep into the jungle to find the rare plant. He braved treacherous terrain and dangerous creatures for days before finally returning with the cure. The healers prepared the antidote, and Kalama slowly recovered. Moana's plan had failed, but she kept her dark secret hidden. As Kalama regained her health, she resumed teaching the tribe about hygiene. Kalama's contributions had gone beyond just hygiene for children. She had also educated the women of the tribe, especially young girls, about proper sanitary practices. She introduced ideas about menstrual hygiene, breaking old taboos, and ensuring that the women could take better care of themselves. This improved their health significantly and earned her the respect and gratitude of many families. Over time, her efforts bore fruit. The children became healthier, and even the royals began to adopt some of her practices. But not everyone was pleased. A faction of the council and Moana's supporters continued to speak against her. Then Kalama and Tariq discovered they were going to be parents. When Moana learned this, her jealousy turned into rage. "I'll kill her one day," she vowed. 9 months later, Kalama gave birth to a baby boy with fair skin and thin eyes, a blend of her and Tariq's heritage. Moana seized the opportunity to stir trouble. "This white baby is a punishment from the gods," her supporters cried. "It's proof she doesn't belong here." The rumors spread like wildfire. A faction of the tribe demanded that Kalama and the baby leave. Tariq confronted the council. "This is my son," he declared. "How can you call him a curse? He is the future king." The council was divided. Some sided with Tariq, while others insisted the baby's appearance was a sign of divine disapproval. The king, under pressure from the elders and Moana's faction, said, "A prince should marry Princess Moana and rid himself of this outsider and her child." Tariq refused. "No, it will not happen. I'll leave this tribe with my wife and son." The next day, as Tariq and Kalama prepared to leave, a large crowd gathered outside the palace. Many villagers, especially parents and children, protested. "We need our prince, Princess Kalama, and the baby," they shouted. "She saved our children from illness. She taught us to take care of ourselves. No one has done what she has." Their voices grew louder, drowning out the opposition. Moana, unable to control her fury, stormed into the palace. "You idiots," she screamed. "You need that outsider? I hate her. I poisoned her. But she didn't die. I wanted to kill her." The crowd fell silent, her confession echoing through the air. The king's face darkened with fury. "Moana," he said coldly, "you have betrayed us all. You are banished from this tribe." Moana's cries faded into the jungle as she was cast out, her schemes exposed. The council, having witnessed the strength and unwavering commitment Kalama had shown, could no longer deny the truth. The king, filled with regret for once asking Tariq to marry Moana, publicly apologized. "I was wrong to question your love, my son," he said, his voice filled with remorse. Soon, the king declared Tariq as the new king, and Kalama became his queen. The coronation was celebrated by all. "Kalama, Kalama," the people cheered, recognizing her as their true tribal queen. Under their rule, the tribe flourished. They blended tradition with progress, and the people thrived in health and unity. Kalama, once a city girl, had found her true home, proving that it doesn't matter the color of your skin or where you come from, but the love and courage that define who you are. Thank you for listening to this story today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you learned in the comment section, and if you liked it, don't forget to like and share it with your loved ones. Till next time, bye.